Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down how Alphabet, Google's parent company, has built one of the most powerful and honestly complete AI ecosystems on the entire planet.
So, what's their secret weapon? Well, the answer isn't just one single piece of tech. It's everything. You see, their real power comes from how they control every single layer of their AI stack, from the custom chips humming away in their data centers right down to the apps on your phone.
So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the big idea behind it all, then we'll dive into the custom-built engine, the brains of the operation, how they're actually cashing in, their big bets on the future, and of course, the rivals and roadblocks standing in their way. Okay, let's dive right in. Section 1, the big idea. At the very heart of Google's entire AI strategy is this concept that's been around for ages, but they've taken it to a whole new level: vertical integration. So what does that actually mean? For Google, it means owning pretty much everything, from the custom silicon that's literally the engine for their AI, all the way up to the search results you see on your screen. And when you own the whole shebang, you create this massive competitive advantage, a moat around your business that is just incredibly difficult for anyone else to cross.
All right, section 2. Let's start at the very foundation of this empire, the custom-built engine that makes everything else possible. You see, here's the thing. Instead of just going out and buying all their chips from, say, NVIDIA, like most companies do, Google designs its own. They're called tensor processing units, or TPUs, and these things are tailor-made, specifically engineered for the exact kind of math that powers AI. And just look at the efficiency gains here. It's kind of wild. By building their own custom chips, Google gets more performance while using less than half the power of a general-purpose chip. Now, for you or me, that's cool. But at the massive global scale Google operates, that doesn't just save a little money. We're talking about a fortune in operational costs.
So you can see how it all adds up, right? This custom silicon gives Google these incredible structural advantages. We're talking a huge cost advantage, a major performance and speed advantage, and it even lets them pack unique on-device AI features into stuff like their Pixel phones.
Okay, so with that hardware foundation solidly in place, let's move up the stack and look at the AI itself, the brains of the whole operation, which are being developed inside Google's legendary research lab, DeepMind. Now, if you don't know DeepMind, just know this. They have a track record of solving problems that people thought were, frankly, impossible for a computer. From mastering the ancient game of Go to dominating complex video games, this proves their ability to create AI that can actually strategize and learn, going way, way beyond just processing text. And this really highlights a key advantage of their latest model, Gemini. It's all about something called the context window. The easiest way to think about this is like the AI's short-term memory, how much information it can hold in its head at one time. And as you can plainly see, Gemini's context window isn't just big, it's absolutely massive. It completely dwarfs its main competitor. So why does this matter? Well, a context window this huge unlocks totally new capabilities. We're talking about the ability to analyze an entire company's codebase, or hours and hours of video, or a whole library of documents, all in a single prompt. These are things that are just not possible with smaller models. Okay, so they have the custom chips, they have the brilliant AI brain, but that's just a cool science project if it doesn't actually make money, right? So let's get into it. How is Google actually cashing in on all this intelligence? Well, let's start with search. You've probably seen these new AI overviews. They're not just answering your questions anymore. No, they're much smarter than that. They're decoding what they call your untapped intent. So when you ask something like, why is my pool green, the AI understands you don't just want an answer, you'd probably need products to fix it, and boom, there's an ad. It's finding commercial opportunities in questions that never seemed commercial before. But honestly, the real growth story, the one that has Wall Street so excited, is in Google Cloud. The demand from businesses for AI tools is just off the charts, and it's fueling hyper growth. Look at that operating income jump. This isn't just regular growth, it's a massive, massive acceleration, proving that enterprise AI is a huge revenue driver. And their strategy here is actually really clever. Through their model garden, they offer customers a ton of choice, over 200 different AI models from Google, partners, open source options, you name it. But here's the brilliant part. No matter which model a customer picks, guess what? It runs on Google's own high-margin infrastructure. The house always wins. All right, but Alphabet, Google's parent company, isn't just playing defense and improving its core businesses. They're using this incredible AI advantage to go on offense, placing these massive bets on the future, trying to disrupt entire industries. 250,000. What is that number? Well, that's how many paid, fully autonomous trips Waymo, Alphabet's self-driving car company, completes every single week across cities like Phoenix and San Francisco. This isn't a science project anymore, folks. This is a real, rapidly scaling commercial service, and it's making them the clear market leader in autonomous ride-hailing in the US. And it's not just Waymo. These other bets, as they call them, from ventures in healthcare to drug discovery, they're all high risk, sure, but they're also incredibly high reward. We're talking about plays in multi-trillion-dollar markets. And the key takeaway here? They are all powered by the exact same central AI expertise we've been breaking down. Okay, so it sounds like Google has it all figured out, right? Well, not so fast. This empire isn't being built in a vacuum. Of course not. They face some absolutely intense competition and some pretty serious regulatory hurdles. You know, the AI arena is really dominated by just a few key players, and each one has a very different playbook. You've got Google's all-in-one, vertically integrated approach. Then you have Microsoft's power-play partnership with OpenAI. And then there's Meta, trying to disrupt the whole thing with their open-source model. And then there's the government. On the regulatory front, a really big antitrust ruling just came down that could start to chip away at Google's massive data advantage. The court is forcing them to share some of their valuable search data, which is for sure going to heat up the competition for AI-powered search engines. So when you put it all together, despite all its incredible strengths, Alphabet has to navigate a total minefield. You've got these well-funded, ferocious rivals on one side, constant government scrutiny on the other, and of course, the huge ethical challenges and reputational risks that come with developing technology this powerful. But at the end of the day, Google's full-stack control, from the chip up, creates this incredibly powerful, self-reinforcing cycle of innovation. Better chips lead to better models, which lead to better products, which generate more data to design even better chips. And it just keeps going. Which leaves us with a final provocative question to think about. With such a deep integrated moat, can anyone truly compete? Or is the future of AI already being built on Google's foundation?